Kindy Rockstars. Prepare for a treat, let's meet and greet some bands and singers that are super sweet, making music that's fun for boys and girls. Help them learn about this great big world. Fun for the family, yes it's true, your kids will love it and you will too. Clap and dance and sing aloud, become a part of the Kindy crowd. These songs will make you move your feet and give your ears a great big treat. So settle in, grab your guitars, and let's get to know our Kindy rock stars. Hello everyone, and welcome to Kindy Rockstars. This is the show that gives you the stories behind the songs from some of the best bands and singers that are making fun, informative, educational, catchy, and occasionally silly songs for children and families. I'm your host, Patrick Adams, and each episode of Kindy Rockstars will feature an artist and a featured song. So let's get to this week's show. All right, everyone. Today, our guest is Flor Bromley, who has a new album out. So, Flor, welcome to the show, and please tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into music and your background.
Thank you so much for having me here today. My name is Flor Bromley, and I am a singer, songwriter, a storyteller. I do puppets, and I did a little bit of musical theater, and I love to do what I do now. I got into Kindy music basically because I was working with a company. I was working with several companies right out of musical theater school because I have a bachelor's in education from Peru as well. And I started doing teaching artistry, going into all the schools and venues to participate with kids and write songs with them, do some theater with them. And one of the companies that I was working with, teaching Spanish through music, had a band. And they asked me to sing as part of the band. And in my first concert was at El Museo del Barrio here in New York City. And I just fell in love with that. The energy, making the kids so happy through music, because I was already doing the storytelling and including some music in it. I was doing some musical theater, one-woman show. So I was already kind of doing that, but just to see how the music by itself is wonderful with kids, that's how I got started.
Very good. And I noticed the focus on multilingual music.
Yes, I am Peruvian. I was born in Peru. I came here about 14 years ago to study musical theater. And I'm bilingual. So I see a need for languages. I was an exchange student in the year 2000. I went upstate New York where there's nothing. And in that experience, I met so many people from so many different countries that I spoke so many different languages. But in the end, it made me realize that we're all the same. We're all just teenagers trying to do teenager things, even if we were brought up differently, even if our cultures were so different. It's a joke that one of my friends from Costa Rica was at a school, not my school, but was at a high school there in New York. And somebody asked him, so how are the cars in Costa Rica? And he's like, well, the cars actually have square tires. And I was like, oh, really? That's awesome. Yeah. And my friend from Ghana, she comes to school in an elephant. He was joking about it. But that's the misconception that a lot of people have around the world. Because the elephant story didn't faze me. But a part of me was like, I don't think this is true. But you never know. So I feel a need of showing kids and families other cultures through music. So in this album, in my first and second albums, I also had some Peruvian infused music songs, but this album, I wanted to make it more personal and give it a tribute to my indigenous roots. And part of what made me do this is my grandma passed away a couple of years ago. And I think this is actually her background, her blanket. And she has a big influence in my life. And she spoke Quechua very little, which is a language from the native Peruvians. So I have a little phrase that I say in one of my songs that is something that she used to say to me while she was crossing the street with me in Quechua. I think it was a mix of Quechua and Spanish. So that's why I decided to do this album with that influence.
Yeah, no, and you've got a new album out. So how has that been? I know it was just released, but is everything crazy? And are you out there performing live?
Yes, it's been a crazy couple of weeks. The single released a couple of weeks ago, the album released last week, and it's been crazy, of course. But I also had the joy to be able to perform live here in New York. So I'm still doing some virtual concerts in Delaware and in Virginia. Um, but doing the show, I did a pre-release a couple of weeks ago in the Summer on the Hudson, which is a beautiful place outside near the Hudson River, and it's amazing. And a lot of kids came, and doing that was amazing to do. So I've been also busy with doing some concerts live, some virtual concerts, been creating the music videos. It's a lot, but in the end, it really pays off. To like people having people being connected through your music is, I think, what we do with this all the time.
All right. Our song on today's show is called Peas and Carrots. So Flor, tell me a little bit about this song and how it came about and what inspired it.
I was in my kitchen making dinner for my kids with my husband, and my daughter didn't want to eat her piece of her carrots. So me and my husband started doing I think we had just been watching 23 Skidoo before we started doing that. So we had this whole rap in our minds going. So we started chanting, "I like peas, you like carrots, I like." So, and then I said to myself, "Oh, this will be a good song for later." So I kind of did a fast voice memo and just put it to the side. And then when it came to do this album, I was just like, oh, I want to do like a rap pop song. And I was like, oh, I should bring Sarah Paul in this because he's good. But I wanna have it something good. So I was like, I just don't want it to be about peas and carrots. I want it. Oh, and then after brainstorming a little bit, I was like, oh, you know what? We can do peas and carrots, but it's not about peas and carrots, really. It's about bringing diversity to the plate. So it's an analogy to being diverse, to collaborating, to mixing things. And when I talked about mixing things, I said, oh, I should do a fusion of something that nobody thinks of making fusions with. I'm going to do a fusion of a Peruvian song with hip hop and see how that goes. And then I thought of El Condor Pasa, which in America people got to know this song in the 70s because Simon and Garfunkel did it. They did a version of El Condor Pasa. El Condor Pasa is a song that somebody wrote a long, long time ago for an opera in Peru, and it has native elements and pan flutes, and it's a song that every Peruvian recognizes the second that they put it out. It's like our second national anthem. And when Simon and Garfunkel did it, they had to pay so much money to the licensing because they thought it was like a public domain song, but it wasn't. Somebody wrote it in the 1920s or 1900s, so they had to pay a license fee to them, and the Peruvian people won the battle, of course. But now it has become public domain. I had to look that up. And since it's public domain, I want more people to get to know this Peruvian song that we all love, which is El Condor Pasa, which is what you hear at the beginning of the song, and then in the middle I made words to the music, and I said, let's bring diversity onto our plate, embrace our differences, and in the end we're the same, we're all the same. So that's the little chorus of the melody of El Condor Pasa. I think it turned out pretty good. I'm really excited about the final component element that was Saul Paul, because I told him I have this song, and you know what, man, I know how rap is. I know that rappers want to write their own thing. So I don't want to tell you what you want to write. If you want to write something, you do it. It's part of the culture of that particular genre. So he's like, all right, just give me a song, I'll write it up. And he's super cool about it. And then he came up with that little dance in the middle section that I think works perfectly with the song. And I'm so happy the way it turned out to be.
Yeah, no, the song is super catchy. So let's go ahead and play it. Peas and Carrots by Flor Bromley.
Bromley, so much drama, intrigue, suspense. What will it be? Let's listen, let's see. Carrots, peas.
When the time comes around to decide what's for dinner, Mom and Dad always tell me, you better pick a winner. Hard to decide, to provide, to abide. I need to make everybody happy inside. So I rack my brain and try to make a choice that will make everyone rejoice. From every food group you must have a piece. And veggies are simply so nice to eat. I like peas, you like carrots. I like peas, you like carrots. I like it, like it, like it. You like. I like it, like it, like it. You like. My brother and I, we get in a discussion. We have different opinions, and this has repercussions. These yummy veggies are way too delicious, and not only that, they're also nutritious. We're fighting, that's no good. My mother yells, oh, you misunderstood. You can't have your peas and your carrots and more. When it comes to nutrition, there's much to explore. We laugh, we hug, dinner is ready. It all goes well with our spaghetti. And we look at the baby who was just born, and his first words are, hey, give me some corn. I like peas, you like carrots. I like peas, you like carrots. I like it, like it, like it. You like. I like it, like it, like it. You like. Sweet diversity onto our plate. Embrace our differences. By in the hand, we're the same.
You like peas, I like carrots. Differences, I cherish. I got a lot, so I share it. So many choices, they vary. If it's a burden, please share it. 'Cause together, we can bear it. That's equity, that's fairness, that's love. That's all there is. Alright? Well, there's also dancing. Clap, clap, crisscross, snap and slide. Bounce, bounce, bounce to the other side. Look around, look for the wind. Party, 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 ayy, make a new friend. Clap, clap, crisscross, snap and slide. Bounce, bounce, bounce to the other side. Look around, look for the wind. Party, 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 and make a new friend.
Sweet diversity onto our plate. Embrace our differences. But in the end, we're the same, the same, the same.
All right, that was Peas and Carrots by Flor Bromley. All right, Flor, tell everyone where they can download and stream that song and where they can find you either live or on social media.
I am on all digital platforms. You know, we have Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Bandcamp, Tidal, Deezer, Pandora. You can find me in all of those digital streaming platforms. Also YouTube Music. You know, I'm there. Very soon, I'm gonna be able to mail some CDs. So I will have some physical CDs on my website. It's called florbromleymusic.com, and there you can also find where I will be performing live. There's a little tag that you can just put all the shows where I will be performing live or virtually. I'm also on social media. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I just did 3 videos. And it's all part of this campaign. And I hope you enjoy the music and share it and have fun with your little ones and your whole family enjoying my latest album, Pachamama.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Flor, for doing the show.
Thank you.
All right, best of luck.